Hey everyone, my name is Levi. I'm the head coach here at GorillaRealty.com. And yesterday my brother teased it a little bit and he said that we're going to share one of the strategies that we use to generate a lot of leads on Facebook, any social media, but particularly Facebook in this instance. And the way that we do it is we use single property websites. Now, some of you may not have heard of single property websites, so I'll be a little bit more clear about what I mean. I mean a website that is entirely devoted to one single property. It doesn't have searches, it doesn't have other information, it just has the information, the photos, the pricing for one particular property. And the way that we use that is through the technique that my brother shared yesterday, which is leveraging other people's desires for your benefit as well, a win-win. It's not about just getting yours, it's truly a win-win, and I'll explain what I mean. The first thing that we're going to do is to build a single property website. Now we can do this for any listing. We can do this for our listings. Of course we do that for them. But you can do this for any other listing in your office so long as you have permission. In fact, lots of the agents in your office probably don't create single property websites for their listings, and so they would be thrilled with the idea that you would do them. As long as you share the leads, of course, which you should be happy to do for using other people's listings. And then the third option is to do it for FSBOs. And in fact, the example that I'm going to show you today actually did for a FSBO, the single property site. So I build the single property website. Now, I'm going to show you real quick how we do it in our system. You do not have to have our tools. This strategy will work for anybody, even if you don't have our tools. If you're dead broke, and maybe you have $5 to spend, you can go get a website from somewhere else. There's lots of different options. There's Wix.com, that's a pretty simple. There's WordPress, that's free for the most part, if you're a little bit more tech-handed. And then if you go to like even some of the domain registrars like GoDaddy, you can create them as well. But in our system, if you go into your admin and then your tools, you see right here where you can you can add a property website, and it takes like 5 minutes. You drop in some property details, you upload some photos, you choose the school districts, and boom, you have a single property website that'll look something like this. It's a very basic website. It does have lead capture built in, and of course that's important if you want to be able to generate leads. Again, some websites out there don't have lead capture built in. That's okay. But you can kind of create your own. There's free solutions like Sumo, Google Forms. Like I said, it's not necessarily going to be as easy, but there are other solutions to doing this without having to have our tools. Our tools just make it super simple. Okay, so you create the single property website. The next thing that you're going to do is basically connect an easy to remember domain name. Okay, now this is partly just an added touch. This is not necessary to generate leads, but I like to do it. And if you're really feeling good about this listing, you can spring for the .com. But I just got the .info. I got the address.info. So in this particular FSBO, it's 101pheasant.info. Okay, really easy. Okay, so I went to GoDaddy.com. I purchased the domain. It cost me $2.50. So at this point, I have 5 to 10 minutes sunk, plus $2.50, plus maybe another 5 minutes to get the domain. So I have maybe 15, 20 minutes sunk and $2.50. And I go to my seller. Again, it can be a FSBO, it can be your own listing, it can be a borrowed listing, but you go to the seller and you basically say, hey, I have a favor for you. Here's your property website. And first of all, before we even ask for the favor, you give them the property website. They're going to love it. They're going to be like, oh, this is so cool. We have my own website. That's typically the reaction that we get. Cool, it's all about my property. So that's always a plus. And even if we were to never generate leads, quite frankly, if we were to do this for our listings and we just got that goodwill from it, it would be worth it. Again, we spent $2.50 and 20 minutes of our time. But we're going to generate leads with it as well. And we're going to harness social media and their desire to sell the homes. So when we give them this site, we don't just say, hey, here's the site, have fun with it. It's not for them to play around with. We say, hey, why don't you share this with all of your friends and family? In fact, you could even post it on Facebook. Just ask them to give it a share. Okay. Now with this FSBO, that's exactly what I did. So I'll just quickly show you the ad that he wrote. Again, it's not really even an ad, it's just a regular post. Now, this guy does not have some huge social media following. Okay, in fact, he actually has a relatively new account, and he's in the military. And so, if you're familiar with the military at all, sometimes they're discouraged from having Facebook accounts. So he has a new account, but he put a pretty genuine post. I didn't give him these words, but he wrote, "Hey guys, just officially put our house on the market." Oh, you guys got to see it. Just officially put our house on the market. If you want to help us out, please share and like the link to help us get the word out there. Okay, and then he put a link to this single property website, 101pheasant.info. I just gave you the domain name. I would appreciate it if you do not spam. This is his own. This is an actual website that goes to a for sale by owner. Feel free to go there and check it out. Just don't come in as leads and all that kind of stuff, just for the sake of the owner there. But and if you were to look at the engagement he got 7 shares and a handful of likes, 12 likes. Not a huge following, obviously, but he was with this one post. He posted on a Friday. On Monday we checked in. He had generated 13 leads. I should say I generated 13 leads because it was my website that I built for him and my tools. Of course, I shared these leads with him because he's the FSBO and he wants to follow up with them. But I also called the leads and was, able to connect with them as well. And of course, with your own listings, you don't even have to share them. You just go to town. Again, this strategy can work on any listings. But think about that return on investment. I spent $2.50. I spent 20 minutes of my time, and I generated 13 leads. It doesn't get much better than that, particularly for a strategy that doesn't require that you spam your friends and family on Facebook. You ask for your seller to do it. You leverage their desires. And, I don't even have to have a listing. And I know many of you are in that boat. You don't have any listings. Hey, you don't have to. Use any listings. FSBOs, your agents around your office, I guarantee you many of them are not creating single property websites. And if you offer to do it for them, they would probably allow you. So again, just a quick strategy to help you harness the power of social media, your sphere, not even your sphere in this case, it's the sphere of your sellers to generate new leads and increase your own sphere. You guys have a great day. Stay tuned. We're actually going to give you the full-on numbers, the case study for one of the ones that we've done in the next email. You guys have a great day.